Pet Store Swagger is the API which we'll be using for the demonstration, where I'll create a user and get the user details. Click on the Design Studio. This will navigate to element repository. Create a folder and name the folder as Pet Store. Once after creating the folder, click on this ellipsis icon. We will have an option to import definition. This helps in bulk uploading of all the endpoints with respect to Swagger. We have two options, one is file and the second one is URL. Now I'll go with this file method. Click on this upload JSON file. Here it helps to upload the JSON file with all the endpoints. Select the JSON file and click on import API. Here we can see we have three sections: pet, store and user. Now as per our scenario, I will start creating a user, expand this user folder, and we have create user repository. The type of the repository is web services. We have header and body. In order to edit, we need to click on this append checkboxes. Mention the ID name as 8. Mention all the required credentials like username, first name, email, password, phone number. I'll provide the first name, last name, email. Once after providing all the required details, here we can see the type is raw, and since I have imported the JSON format, so my format remains JSON here. Validate all the details and click on save. Once after saving this, we'll get a success message saying web services template saved successfully. Now click on send. This will fetch the data successfully. Now once we navigate to response, we can see the code is 200, which says that the user has been created successfully. Now let's check whether the user has been created successfully. Let's validate it by selecting the repository get user by username. So as a prerequisite, what you can do is, before performing this, make sure to copy the details which we have used to user creation. Paste the user details. Now here click on this append. Here we can see, in order to get the user details, we have to provide the username. Copy the username. And paste it. Once after pasting it, save the changes and click on send. Now the response has been fetched successfully. Navigate to the response tab. Here we can see I have provided the username, and based on that username I have got all the details. Now let's navigate to this test case section and understand how to author the test case. I'll create a folder and name it as Pet Store. Within this folder, I'll create a test case and name it as user validation, and I'll create a test step group and make sure to select the application type as web services and name the test step group as user creation. Click on create. Now we'll get an option to add from repository. Click on that add from repository button. Now within the users, we have already provided all the necessary actions. I'll just drag this and drop it. Similarly, create one more test step group in order to get the user details. Select the application type as web services. Provide the test step group name as user details. Now follow the same steps. Drag and drop the repository. Also, I'll provide different user details here. I'll provide the ID number as 9. I will provide the user details of a different user, followed by all the credentials. Now I have provided all the credentials for the new user, and here, in order to fetch the user details with username, I have to provide the proper username here. Now I'll save this. So as of now, we will proceed with execution section. I'll create a folder and name it as pet store. Within this folder, I'll create an execution list, name it as user. Now I'll add the test case which has been authored. Here in the client section, make sure to select the available client, and a point to note here is for API executions we will not select any browser. I'll just directly proceed. Click on the main folder and click the execute button. Validate the fields which we have selected and click on execute. In the client section we can see the response is 200, which says the execution is successful, and for the second step group also we can see it has fetched the details of the user created. For detail analysis, we will navigate to report section. The test case has been executed successfully. Click on this test case details, and here select the view reports. Now we can see the first test step group name is user creation, and we can see the endpoint URL and the time taken for the execution along with the step details. And also here we can see the second test step group name, which is user details, and the status of each execution step.